and welcome. You're listening to the X22 Report. My name is Dave, and this is episode 1797 AN. Today's date is February 21st, 2019, and the title of the episode is The Economic Attacks Begin, Countermeasures in Place. Now, before I get started, I wanted to talk about gold and silver and how they are on the rise again. And Trade Genius is right there with it. This month, Trade Genius premieres the new Gold and Silver Volume 1 online video course that teaches you how to make money in the markets nearly every day leveraging gold and silver. In the past 30 days, Trade Genius has netted its traders nearly 18% on their money from 2 gold and silver trades. Gold triggered a buy at $11.69, so traders bought in. Then at $12.49, yielding 5.5% profit. Majestic Silver triggered a buy at $7.63 and a sell at $8.50, netting 11% gain to traders. Gold and silver are not the only trades that have been killing it for Trade Genius. On the crypto side, NXS and Waves have netted crypto traders just about 20% in total gains. Right now, through February, you can save over 50% off their bundled specials, or use promo code Valentine's for 40% off all non-bundled items. The Gold Starter package is retailed at $399, which comes with the full Learn to Trade Gold and Silver Volume 1 course and a 1-year subscription to the stocks and crypto buy-sell tech signal service with chat room access. Check out TradeGeniusAcademy.com. Tell them X22 sent you. Let's get into the economic collapse financial news. Now, going back in time, Trump and Obama, they had this argument about the magic wand. And many people were speculating what this wand is. I do believe the magic wand is the control of the economy, the control of the stock market, the control of the precious metals market, the control of the statistical information, the control of the Fed. And we know that Trump has been pushing all this information, the statistical information, the stock market, and everything else to make the economy look absolutely fantastic. Why? Because he has the magic wand. What was the deep state trying to do? They were trying to bring us into a recession. They knew the economy was not strong. They knew that it was built on an illusion. They knew that the statistical numbers were manipulated. And they knew all they had to do was raise the interest rates and the economy would rip itself apart. And they knew during the presidential elections, 2020, all they'd have to do leading up to that point was to tell everyone how bad the economy is and how bad it's doing, and it's not going to get better. Then the economy would come down. And all those people that were out there preaching how bad the economy was, how we were approaching a recession, they would look fantastic. Trump would be sitting there looking like a fool because he's been telling everyone how great the economy was. Well, it seems those individuals who are running for president, they didn't get the memo. What is the memo? The memo is the Patriots are in control. Trump has the magic wand. The recession will not hit, but we can see already they are out there attacking the economy because this is part of their plan. And they still believe that their plan is active. And you should hear how they are attacking it. And we're going to be going into that in just a minute. But first, I want to go out to the UK. And we know that the Brexit talks, the Brexit breakaway, well, it looks like it's really not going anywhere. And we see that Theresa May, Jean-Claude Juncker, they met, they had dinner at the EU headquarters in Brussels, and there was no breakthrough. May tried to persuade the EU to revise their draft agreement on Britain's withdrawal because lawmakers in Parliament have refused to approve it. The EU said, no way, we're not reopening the 585-page legal text. It is what it is. Either you agree or you don't. That's up to you. The central bankers, they are not going to budge on this deal because they realize they need certain things in place, and they have to be in place because once the UK separates from the EU, they need to make sure that no one realizes that they're better off. And this is why they're not going to budge on their entire plan. So we might see a no-deal option here. Now, of course, the no-deal option, they are fear-mongering like there's no tomorrow, like the world is going to come to an end. And the reason why they're doing that is because they know if there is a no deal, the UK is going to do just fine, and everyone's going to be looking at that, and everyone's going to say, well, wait a minute, why don't we do the same thing? And when I say they, I'm talking about other countries. So right now, nothing has been decided. Here in the U.S., we still see the central bank economy. It is still deteriorating, but it has slowed. Remember, Trump, the Patriots, they're in control of the central bank. The central bank has indicated that they're not going to offload their balance sheet right now. They're going to hold on that. They're in a holding pattern in interest rates. We know that China has started up the money printing engines, and we're starting to see things start to slow, but the economy, remember, is still an illusion. It was created by the central bankers. And they understand that the economy is not real. And this is why they were trying to bring it down in 2020. So we see durable goods right now. Well, they didn't do as well as everyone expected. And every time I look at this data, and every time I go back to Obama to now, it's pretty much exactly the same. The statistics are manipulated, and we can see a slow deterioration of the economy. Now, if we look at the U.S. housing market, it's the same thing. Remember, the central bankers, they created these bubbles, and they brought the housing market up. And this is psychological, because when people think their houses are worth a lot more, now this is only on paper unless they sell, they feel good about themselves. They go out and spend. They might even take equity lines of credit on their houses. And they did this on purpose. Now the houses, they're becoming out of reach for many Americans. And it's not helping. We're seeing that the housing market is still deteriorating. Even though the interest rates are not being increased anymore by the Fed, we see that people still can't afford these homes. I mean, think about this for a sec. We have mortgage rates at 4.5%. And people still can't afford these homes. In the Midwest, sales have fallen by 2.5%. The South by 1%. The West 2.9%. And what we're seeing is the housing market is still deteriorating. And we'll have to see what happens when we move forward, because right now the Fed is in a holding pattern, and this is on purpose. Because Trump stopped them from raising the interest rates further. I wouldn't be surprised if the Fed says, you know something, because the inflation's not there and this is not there, we need to drop the interest rates just a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, or Trump comes out and tells them to do this. Remember, he does have the magic wand. He does have control. We see China right now. They have proposed to buy an additional $30 billion of U.S. agricultural products a year, including soybeans, corn, and wheat, as part of the trade pact. And the offer would be included in one of the memorandums. The purchase would be added to pre-trade war levels of goods for the period covered. Now, mainstream media is out there, and they're trying to make it seem like the trade talks, they're not going well, and there's trouble in the trade talks, and the tariffs are coming. Well, right now, it looks like they might be putting off the tariffs. We mentioned this before. It looks like they're going to extend it past March 1st. Both sides are discussing this right now. The U.S. has been pressing Beijing to commit to keeping the yuan stable. And they didn't want them to devalue the yuan. And China kept on saying, no, we can do whatever we want. And all of a sudden, China, the PBOC, they affirmed that they would keep the yuan basically stable. So it looks like the negotiations are going well, and it looks like the Trump administration, Xi Jinping and his administration, it looks like they're working out all the different trade disagreements. And again, once they have a final agreement, This is going to be a problem for the deep state. Think about what they wanted. They liked it when Trump announced tariffs because they were going to use this against him. He had other plans. He needed to even the playing field with China. Remember, we're not going to be the reserve currency anymore. We can't keep the system the way the globalists had it. It will not work. They were hoping they'd be able to bring down the economy with the Fed raising the interest rates. Well, Trump put the kibosh on that. The Fed was unwinding. Guess what? It looks like they're not going to do that anymore. So the Democrats that are running in 2020, and Q did mention that there was going to be many running because they believed that they would be safe if they ran for president, but we know that nobody is safe. And they're out there, and the first thing that they're doing is they're attacking the economy. Now, why would they be doing that? Well, because it was part of their mandate. Remember, the mainstream media came out, and through all the different mainstream media outlets, they said that the economy is going to be entering a recession in 2020. It's going to slow in 2019. We're going to enter a recession in 2020, and they're all just following along. We see they're saying that the rapid growth and low unemployment under Trump isn't enough. Why is it enough? Because America needs to strive for a moral economy. I mean, an honest economy? So they realize that Trump has the magic wand, and he's able to do everything Obama was able to do, and the president before him and the president before him was able to do. And now they're trying to push the narrative that we need a moral economy. We see Kamala Harris out there, and she's saying that Trump's economy for valuing job quantity over quality is not a good thing. So wait a minute. If we go back in time to Obama, weren't we saying the same thing? That quantity and quality, it's just not there? Because every time the unemployment statistics came out, we said, well, yeah, look what they did. They manipulated the numbers. 1, 2, 3 part-time jobs is being counted as 1, 2, 3 full-time jobs. So yes, there's quantity, but there's no quality. So you can see they're going to try to start to use everything that they were doing in the past. Remember, Trump is using all their weapons against them. And they're trying to knock at Trump because they understand and they know what was going on before. They know that most of the jobs are part-time. They know that this was not an honest economy. And this has nothing to do with Trump. This was way before. And this is why we've been watching all of this, tracking it. So right now, they're trying to attack the economy any way they possibly can. But they can't do it. Because Trump, the Patriots, they have countermeasures. They're prepared and ready for them. Remember what Trump has been doing. He's been bringing back manufacturing jobs. Remember, they just can't come out and say, hey, listen, you're manipulating this data. Hey, listen, this information is all fake. If they do this, he can turn around and say, listen, I'm using everything Obama used. The same calculations, the same magic wand, the same statistics. You're telling me this is wrong? And if they do this, they're screwed. So they have to attack it in different ways. And it's hard to believe that they're actually going after the economy, thinking that everything's set to go down in 2020. What happens when the economy doesn't go down in 2020? And they're out there preaching how the economy is not strong, how we need better jobs, how we need to make the economy a lot better, how, there's the growth out in Europe and everywhere else is slowing, and the U.S. is not doing that well or won't be doing that well because of that, and the economy does not go into a recession in 2020. Who has the upper hand? Trump and the Patriots. There's nothing they can do. How will Trump counter all of this? He'll just take the economy to the extreme. You'll see the market go way, way up. You'll see the job numbers go way, way down. You'll hear that more manufacturing is coming back to the U.S. How we have better trade deals with China. This is going to blow them all out of the water. They won't be able to do anything. And when you see the Fed doing nothing, and they start to realize the Fed is doing nothing, they're going to start to realize that their plan is not working out. And there will be no hope. Standing on this issue, the economic issue, will be a dead end. And this is a good thing, because once Trump wins the elections, he can continue with the plan. And this plan will be going after the Fed. This plan will be taking down their source of their power, and that is the creation of free money. So get ready, get prepared. We will be going into a transition. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot.